I do this, most people do this, and it's actually quite annoying. Say you have a transport, you have an independent character going in a transport, or if you have, especially if you have more than one, like I run with a librarian and a sanguinary priest in identical Razorbacks. You have to know where they are. So, common thing is, of course, put the guy on top of the transport. This, of course, not only is it annoying because he'll fall off and break, and trying to move it, it's just annoying. And so last night I got fed up with it, gluing on the backpack of my sanguinary priest for the last time. So I decided to come up with a slightly different idea. I'm going to make a marker to go on top of the transport instead of the model itself. So let's go talk about what I'm going to do. So the first step is we're going to use a straight edge and the micron pen and draw out a rectangle on the base, which is going to be the basic shape of the book. And once we're satisfied with that, we're going to move on to the first color, which is going to be scorched brown, which we're going to use as a base color for the cover. Of course, you won't see much of it. So we're just going to paint on the edges, leave the blank middle for the pages, and then we're also going to put some shape and a spine on the bottom of the book with the scorched brown.
I messed up.
And once we're satisfied with the basic outline, we're going to grab the bleach bone and start with the first base. It's going to take a few coats of the bleach bone to get a decent color on it, of course, but it's going to be starting where we're going to shape the top of the book where the pages are going to be folded over. So I'm going to add some round humps to the top to give them shape. Okay, once we have the basic shape of the pages down, we're going to grab some bestial brown, and we're going to start adding some highlights around the edges of the book to kind of give it some depth and make it look like a book. I'm going to start with some straight lines here on the bottom and the sides, leaving the scorched brown underneath the folds of the pages on the bottom, so that the gives us an illusion of shadow underneath where the pages would be, or underneath the pages. That's done. I'm going to add in another highlight. Well, first we're going to add in another coat of bleach bone and kind of refine the shape of the pages. Now we're going to grab the snakebite leather and add one more highlight and finish the definition of the covers around the pages. There's a nice highlight to the bottom of the spine. And finally, one more watered down coat of bleach bone to finalize the color of the pages, so it's nice and solid. And just doing a couple touch-ups here. There's a few areas in the video where I had to make touch-ups along the way, but this will be the final highlight with the snakebite leather, finishing up the pages. Now next we're going to actually draw the pages in. We're going to grab the Winsor Newton Series 7 000 and just start lining out some both the pages and the spine definition within the area of bleach bone. We're not going to draw in any words or anything yet. I'm going to wait for later on that. And we're also going to draw in some black lines around the edges of the brown area to finish the definition of the binder covers. And I'm going to do some touch-ups here, as again, we have a couple quick little mistakes to make up, probably adding some more shading under the pages. So the next step is we're going to add a red ribbon to the spine. We're just going to start with some Meekrite red and just kind of free draw a ribbon. I'm going to put a round bottom of it, and then I'm going to stream it up and give it a couple, give a nice fluted end to the ribbon. And probably going to whiten it a couple times to make sure it looks good and proportional. After the base of Meekrite red is nice and just the way we want it, we're going to grab some blood red and highlight the ribbon all the way up and down, especially at the end. And when that's done, we're going to grab some blazing orange and give it a final highlight. Now it's time to start shading the pages a little bit. We're going to grab some bleach bone and some snakebite leather just to kind of darken up the bleach bone a little bit and give it some shadow. We're going to start with the bottom of the pages. I'm going to get a shade, a darker shade, which is a mix of the bleach bone and the snakebite leather. And we're also going to do the edges of the pages and in the middle of the spine and underneath the ribbon. We have a little bit darker color at the bottom of the pages than on the bottom, and we're going to have a darker shade yet again underneath the ribbon, try and give it a good shadow. A couple times here. It takes a couple tries to get the right color for me. It just doesn't seem to be dark enough to start, so I just keep adding more snakebite leather to darken up the shadow under the ribbon. Try and give it, again, just a little bit of depth. Now the shadow's sufficient color. I'm going to go ahead and blend in a little bleach bone into the shadow just to kind of soften the edge, give it a little more of a realistic look. Yeah, but it still wasn't quite defined enough, so I went ahead and blacklined around the ribbon anyway. Even though I didn't want to do it at first, I really needed it to accentuate the shadow underneath it on the pages. And I kind of messed up on the end, so I did have to go back over the end with both blood red and blazing orange to restore the color to the ribbon. I'm also going to finish blacklining the edges of the book, especially here around the spine. And once again, just a couple more quick touch-ups around the bleach bone. And a couple quick touch-ups with ultramarines blue, where I get the brown a little bit too much. And after cleaning up the edge of the ribbon, that will finish the base of the marker. And all that will be left is to scribble in some text for the pages. So in the last step, I have clear coated the marker with gloss varnish, a couple good thick coats, and now we're going to take the micron pen and finish it off. So here's the final result. Here's my marker with the library book. I can just sit it on top of the transport. I can move the transport around. I don't have to worry about breaking my model. I don't have to worry about scratching the model. And it's perfectly clear where the character is for my opponent. And now I just got to make one for my sanguinary priest. And thanks for watching.